welcome back to Louisville Live this morning. We have Karl Truman here in the house. He's taking calls today. If you have legal questions, concerns, issues, maybe you saw something you don't know what to do, how to follow up, or you have your own issue where you're being sued, this guy knows the answers. The number's right there on the screen, so give us a call. What are you faced with the most these days? Is there a certain type of case that you're dealing with more than others?
Well, of course, the bulk of, as far as volume, is automobile accidents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, those are fairly common. And of course, we have a variety of mix. I mean, we do a significant amount of on-the-job claims, and those really tie in with Social Security disability. It's very often that we'll have someone who's hurt on the job, then can't work at all, and end up getting applied for Social Security. And you have to know how those relate together. And even automobile accidents, someone could be on the job in an automobile accident, and so you have to work those two types of cases together with the workers' comp aspect of it and the automobile aspect of it. And if you only do one, like there's some attorneys that may say, well, I only do the auto accident, and then they're going to farm out the workers' comp case to somebody else, but which we can work those together and run those concurrently and get the benefit for both.
Well, we're taking your phone calls, 502-276-2118. Sherry is calling Louisville Live this morning, and Karl Truman. Good morning, Sherry. Sherry, are you there? Good morning, Sherry. Welcome to Louisville Live this morning, and Karl Truman. Do you have a question?
I do. Wondering if you could answer a question about an EPO, possibly.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, my neighbor took out an EPO on his ex-girlfriend. The EPO includes my address because she's been calling and threatening me, my children, and, threatening him via me. The EPO itself states that the petitioner is not to contact him through third parties, being me. I've called the police. They say there's nothing they can do, even though they've seen the copy of the EPO and stuff like that. And I'm a single mom with triplets and just feel threatened. She's calling other neighbors, girlfriends, saying that she's going to kill them as well. Wow. And nobody gives us any relief on this.
Okay, Sherry, thanks very much for your call. Karl, you have some initial thoughts on that one?
Well, of course, my first comment would be, of course, to call the police and notify the police. I mean, she said that she's done that, and that's not very effective. Next step, I would contact the county prosecutor and the county attorney's office. And, of course, the big thing is to document what's going on. Of course, if with cell phones, we pretty much, they all have caller ID or cell phone records that have the number that's called, so that's very important. Or if there's any written communications, make a copy of that and give a copy to the police and give a copy to the county prosecutor. Yeah,
one thing, if you have a landline, you might want to go to Radio Shack or somewhere and get one of those little devices to stick on the hearing part and just record your conversations. Let the prosecutors figure out if that's appropriate or not, but just tell the party, hey, I'm going to record you if you don't stop. And anyway, good luck there, and do call the police, as he said. Larry is calling Louisville Live this morning with a question for Karl Truman. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning.
What is your question for Karl Truman?
Yes, mine is more of a problem with my neighbors I've been having for 2 years with destruction and vandalism and allegedly shooting through my house. I see the chief every week. I've been begging, pleading with him to do something about it. I've got a stack of police reports, and I've called just about everybody's office I could think of, and I've been to all of the mayor's neighborhood meetings, and I've even filed a criminal complaint, and the detective just didn't come up with information I need to file a criminal complaint on these people, on these neighbors that's doing drug dealing and destroying my property and vandalism, and I just don't know who to turn to.
All right, Larry, thanks for calling. You have any thoughts there, Karl?
Well, that's tough if the local law enforcement won't take action. Definitely. One thing you might think about is, we see even episodes on TV where you can set up a video camera, and there's even devices to be able to record in the dark. If he's doing it at night, just set up a video camera in your window and record him. It's kind of hard to dispute that kind of evidence if you catch him doing something. But continue with what you're doing with the law enforcement, the prosecuting attorney's office. Any type of documentation, just like we talked about with the last caller. You know, like the most powerful thing, if you can catch them in the act with a video, that would be pretty powerful.
Yeah, and Larry, also, you can call the Fraternal Order of Police here in town and see if they have some off-duty officers that might come out and observe it, like Carl was saying, to observe and you know, they're officers, so you may want to try that. Carl, question for you. We know it's going to rain today. We talked to Jamie Martin a bit earlier. There's going to be a lot of slippery floors. We haven't seen slippery floors in months. People will fall more than likely today. Who has the responsibility to clean up water when there's a downpour for an hour or so later today, and to put signs up? Someone's going to fall today. I know it's going to happen.
Well, a retail store, or commercial, or any type of business enterprise, they do have a duty, the burden and the duty of care to look out for their customers. You know, that can involve putting up wet floor signs that you see, making sure that the floor is mopped up, making sure that there are mats out, you know, for people to wipe their feet. You know, of course, the customer does have some responsibility to look out. You know, if you know it's raining, then obviously you do have a responsibility to look out for wet floors. But, you know, the ultimate burden is on the place of business to look out for their customers.
Well, you do want to be careful out there, but we're out of time here with Karl Truman, but you see the number on the screen 24/7, 7 days a week. It's easy. 1-800-ACCIDENT. 1-800-ACCIDENT, and you can go to trumanlaw.com.
He's a wealth of information. I mean, we whatever your issue, whether it's medical, workers' comp, auto accident, Carl's got some answers for you.
Happy Halloween, Carl. We'll see you Election Day next Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks so much. Still ahead here on Louisville Live this morning, we're going to be talking to an advertising executive who has seen it all here in Louisville. And
absolutely.
The Louisville Orchestra.
And the Louisville Orchestra's up next.
And don't forget, the injury lawyer when you have a problem, workers' comp, Social Security, or an accident. Karl Truman.